Hello! Sorry for the wait. Had literally everything breaking. It's great. It's always great when everything breaks. but I fixed it. I'm gonna have to get a new cable for the old iPhone, because it's a little short for what I'm doing now. I don't know why, but so I was previously using the Wi-Fi connection, type of connection to stream the capture data from my phone, my phone that I only use as a camera, to my computer. It's broken. I don't know what broke it. No idea. I have tried everything I can to fix it. I've double checked all the IPs. I've double checked my firewalls. It broke. It's just broke. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But it's fine, because there's the other connection for our iOS devices, which is you just plug it USB directly into the computer, and that's working. It can find that just fine. So who knows what's happening there? Unfortunately, the cable I have for this iPhone is super short, like stupid short. It barely just reaches across my monitor to plug in. I had to move where the cat cam is plugged in so I could plug it into my computer. But it's fine. It's fine. It's set up. It's working now. We're great. We're Gucci. We're 10 out of 10. I have a cable ordered and it's gonna arrive this Saturday. But this is my life now. I guess I have to have this iPhone plugged in directly to my computer. I also had to download iTunes, which sucks, because I don't even use this stupid phone for anything other than as a camera. But it's alright, it's not that big of a deal. I guess apparently, like, they use iTunes to, do some sort of like data transfer between the iPhone and VTube Studio on the iOS, which is interesting to think about, and I'm very curious about the technical details of that, but I don't know where to find those. I'm trying currently to connect my iPad to the thing I normally use for streaming from my iPad, and I'm getting very concerned. Don't mind the blacking out of that. I was turning it on and off again to see if that would work. I might have to restart my iPad. I don't like the idea of restarting my iPad. Why is all of my network stuff freaking the fuck out? It was fine up until the outages in my area. So why is it happening now? Oh dear. Well, shit. I'll just export this to Discord real quick. Yeah, technology is really weird. We taught rocks how to think, and I'm still not sure how I feel about that. My goodness. Well, that's waiting. How is your guys' day / evening? How's it been going for you folks? It's been pretty chill for me so far today. This stream is mostly like just something to prevent me from falling asleep too early again. Because I've been falling asleep too early and messing up my sleep schedule even further, and I'm desperately trying to fix my sleep schedule, and maybe, just maybe, I'll get it to be working today. I don't anticipate this stream being too long, but I would like it to be at least a couple hours, even though it'll be late for me. Cause like my problem is like I'll go to sleep right after work, which I successfully did not do today, but I still napped during my lunch break, which is not great. And then I would wake up again at like 9 p.m. and then I would stay awake until like 5 a.m. if even falling asleep at that time. It's been a mess. I would like to sleep normally, please. Okay, should have that downloaded. I'm gonna restart my iPad, see if that fixes anything. Hopefully everything is fine. I'm gonna harsh reset it too, just in case. Just in case. I've had multiple issues lately though. My computer fans have been going nuts lately. I don't hear them now, which is kind of concerning me. Are they even on? Oh my god, if they're not on, I'm gonna lose my shit. 1 second. Oh no. Yeah, okay, they're on. They're super quiet when it's like at 100%. But basically what's been happening is, especially when I start up my computer, and then like sometimes just randomly after my computer's been on for a while, they'll start revving. No, it's not overheating. In fact, it has been at a solid low temperature this whole time. I have no idea why this is happening. I did have an incident where my fan started freaking the fuck out because my cooling system failed, but literally all the temperatures on my computer are a-okay. They're great right now. It's not failing. But like it'll just suddenly like start spinning up really fast, and it does this like revving noise. It's really annoying and really loud and awful, and I don't know what's happening. I finally was able to get it stopped earlier today because I just set all my fans to 100% all the time, and it's quieter now than when it was doing this earlier, and I don't know why. I don't know how this is a thing. I'm so confused. Okay, come on, Pixis. That's my computer's name. I name all of my devices after constellations. I don't know why I did not say that correctly. No, don't make me find a different app for this. Your server's so good. I don't want to find something else. No. I'm gonna lose my entire shit. Do I need to remove a password? No password. Yeah, that's fine. Do I need to do... Is that what you want from me? What do you want from me? What should be happening right now is there should be a little window popping up on my monitor that shows my iPad screen. I don't know why it's not doing this. Air server not connecting. Oh no, is there like some stupid connection not working? I can't even figure out what to search to fix this. Oh no. No, this is a local connection. It's not a server that I connect to. Basically it's locking into the AirPlay feature of iOS devices, and it's masquerading as basically an iOS device to airdrop to. And it's showing up, but it's not connecting. Network. Properties? I don't see them. I see my printer, and I see my computer in here, but I don't see my other devices. Add devices and printers? No! It says... Okay, no wait, that's not it, that's not it, that's fine. It just says setup incomplete for my iPhone. That's okay. But I don't see my iPad on here. It says put it in airplane mode and watch the list disappear. Okay. Okay, we're good now. We're good. This is what we needed. Okay, it was just doing something funky. I'll see if that works for my my iPhone too, because that might be the same exact issue. So basically, it forced it to refresh the settings using airplane mode. Which is kind of like a restart for just the network stuff. Computers are weird, to say the least. I have 2 untitled PSDs in my downloads, and I don't know which one is the right one. That is not the right one. That is incorrect. Let me close this sketchbook. Sketchbook, you take too long to load. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I have a section of the sketching that I've already completed, but I don't remember exactly where I was in the animatic, so I have to put it in there and then watch it a couple times, then reset my brain, and then hopefully we'll figure this out. Thank you for your patience. That took too long. Boop. Alright, let's see. For last one is the eyeball. So, where's the eyeball? There's the eyeball. I'm sure people who actually do things like animate and make animatics, if they saw my work style of how I do these things, they would cry, which I personally think is funny. Also, it just works for me, so I don't give a shit. But the method to my madness is extremely cursed, so it's very understandable. Like, all of the frames of my animatic, up until the point Sketchbook on my iPad starts throwing a literal hissy fit, They're all in the same file. I don't have layer groups, I don't name layers, they're all just layers some number. Mostly because for the longest time I straight up didn't have access to layer groups, or naming layers on the iPad. I do now, but why bother changing my work style? I'm already used to this, and I don't need a change. I might use it, like, there's some frames, like this right here, like this would be a time where I would like group these 3 layers because they're all supposed to be together, but I'm just too lazy to do that. I have to save them all individually anyways. I know what's happening in my brain. I don't have to hand this off to anyone else, so why bother? Anyways, I don't do a lot of the initial sketching on stream, but you'll notice that a lot of my sketches for this pass are just very, very strangely, like, what's the word? They're all over the place. Some of them are a lot cleaner, some of them are a lot messier. My rule of thumb is there needs to be enough information for me to know what I wanted on that frame. Sometimes I need a little bit more information because of the pose being difficult or the expression being something very specific, and sometimes I just need like a stick figure in there just to let me know this is what I wanted. But this pass is really just for figuring out what do I want on all of these frames. What is gonna be happening there. And once I've got that figured out, doing the next thing of like line art or colors or any fancy effects or transitions, that's a lot easier to do after the fact. You also notice that some of these frames, they have words. They have the lyrics to whatever song I'm using, and that's just to remind me of about where in the animatic I am, because I haven't actually timed all of this out yet. This is the first pass. And oftentimes, all of these timings change. It's not all the same as it will be in the final. But that's just because I'm still figuring out, like, everything I'm doing. This is essentially the storyboard portion of doing an animatic for me. And there's probably, like, ways other people do it that makes it a lot faster or easier. But I don't know those ways. I'm entirely self-taught when it comes to animatics. Quite literally have had zero help learning how to do animatics ever. So I forged my own path. I don't understand how like making animatics and storyboards for like actual animation works though. Like sometimes I'll see like storyboard frames and stuff like that, and I'm just like, how do you get from point A to point B with storyboarding? I don't understand it. And I do this for fun. It's confusing to me. I don't the animation industry as a whole confounds me and awes me and also disappoints me. Like, my god, can you not see the work these people are doing? Pay them more, treat them better. Oh my gosh, we can wait a little bit. Jesus fuck. But also, you're right. If it works, it works. I don't have to fix something that's not broken. I can improve upon it later, but that day is not today. But yeah. Some of these early sketches too are a lot of fun because characters like this character right here, I can push their expressions a lot farther than how I normally would draw them, mainly because this character is actually a typically very stoic character, so they would like, she would have like wide set eyes and maybe her mouth a little bit open, but not to this extent, so it's a lot of fun. to push the expressions on these characters. I don't think I needed that frame just yet, so I'll leave it be. No, do not see. I do not care. I could care less. I could care less. I do care a little bit. Oh, I do want to show you guys. I think it's in there already. I had so much fun drawing they just get yeeted. These are my favorite 3 frames so far. Begone thought. That is Ambrosia getting yeeted there, by the way. I finished drawing this and I sent like a work in progress to some close friends of mine, and I was just like, drawing Ambrosia being yeeted is too fun. I should throw them again. Okay, let me make sure. Yeah, I have to keep desktop audio muted on this because I am listening to a copyrighted song. Which wouldn't be as big of a deal if Twitch and YouTube wouldn't stop freaking the heck out over these things. It's fine, I'm not making any profit off of this. I can't monetize it on YouTube. I can't get subs on Twitch anymore. Chill! But better safe than sorry. I will be a bit quieter while I'm timing this because I have to actually listen. And my ear's already bad enough. It's not lining up right. Line up correctly, you piece of shit. I think I actually wanted this in pause there. lot of this is just rough timing. As long as it's close enough, it's good. I have to adjust a lot of it later on, especially when I start doing transitions. timing here is a little tough. That's why it's taking so long. No, thank you. I think I actually wanted that earlier. Ah! From the beginning now. Hi! I remember you stopping by. How's it going? We are simply vibing while I work on animatic stuff and try not to go to bed too early again. I'm listening to timings, which is why I'm so quiet right now. Okay, yeah, that's pretty solid so far. Now back to sketching. I'm doing alright. Generally, I've been having some trouble with my sleep schedule, so, things are a little funky. Why is that dark? Air server? Air server, what did you do? Air server? I don't like that very much. That's a no-no. Did it close because I closed my iPad? Oh, I'm gonna flip my fucking shit. I'm gonna flip my fucking shit. Do I have to do the thing again? Disappear. Vanish into the ether. And fix all your bullshit. Turn that back on. Knock knock, air server. At least I have like a new workaround now. Oh, it's not even showing up now. Hold up, I'm gonna restart air server. This is fine, I say, even though everything is very much not fine. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of a burp. Ah, there we go. We're all good. It's fine. Just a little network hiccup. That's normal. There we go. Yeah, pretty much. Also, sorry if it like keeps turning me whenever I look around in weird ways. Until I get a new cable for the iPhone camera, it's in a bit of a different position than normal, so all of the angles are off. Yes, ma'am. Hi. Come here. Yes, ma'am. Hello, darling. Oh, you're a cutie. You're a cutie patootie. Yeah, it's an iPad Pro. It's an older model, though. I've had it for a number of years. Yeah. Oh, tell me all about it. Man. the kitten running around. I nearly broke my butt. It was very scary. I was even holding Annabelle. It was really scary. Here. Here. It's so nice you could do. Oh, hi! Sorry. I'm obligated to get distracted by my cats anytime they meow at me. No. Tell me more. Yeah. Yeah. You have more to say? I get that. I actually got this iPad. I think it was a graduation gift? I think that's what it was. It was a gift for something with schooling, or a birthday or something like that, but it was like a major birthday. And my parents were, the plan was actually to get me the newer iPhone, but when we went to Best Buy, I don't know who said something to them, or maybe they just glanced and saw it, but they were like, hey, we just found out that getting this iPad Pro and a pencil for drawing would be like basically the same amount. Which would you prefer? Which is a very, very simple question to me, who does not give a singular fuck about my phone other than, can I call people, open Discord, and does it function normally on a day-to-day basis? Most especially at that time, because I think I had only just gotten, like, my first smartphone, being the phone before that, and I was just like, I don't want to change phones. I've only just gotten used to this one. You want me to upgrade and have to relearn how to use a phone again? I mean, cool, it would be nice to have all the upgraded stuff, but I don't care that much. So the moment they said that, I was like, fuck yeah, get the iPad! I've had to replace the iPad pencil, I think twice so far, actually. Once? Maybe once, because I know I had to replace it because it dropped, and then it just ceased functioning. With no explanation. I don't know why. I've dropped it a few times, but usually I just have to replace the mid. But I don't know what happened that particular time that made it worse than normal. But, yeah, it dropped and it just stopped working, which is fine. No, dead battery, is very easy to solve. You charge the pin by plugging it into the iPad, typically. Oh, and it charges very quickly. I don't know what happened that made it break that particular time, but it's fine. Replacing it's like $100 though, which sucks. But I have to admit, drawing on an iPad, with a screen protector and, being able to just see what I'm drawing is so nice. And, like, I have now a screen tablet as well, but I'm so used to drawing on this that, like, it's taking me time to reorient myself on drawing on a computer tablet again, because everything on a computer tablet screen is so tiny when you have a giant desktop. My monitors are really big, so everything's so tiny, even though the screen tablet has like a big monitor too. Yeah, it's so funny because they like... Let me see if I can find it. Where did I put it? I almost never use it. They provide a little dongle for plugging the pin into a a Apple charger, and it's the funkiest looking thing. Like, it's a really elegant solution, so you don't have to get a second charger for it or something, or like a specific one for it. But it's still so funky looking. Oh, where is it? No, where did I put it? This is my fault for never using it. It's so funny looking, cause like when you here, let me. Oh, that has personal information on it. Let me move. I have a bunch of like attack stuff on my computer desk at the moment. Just gotta do my taxes soon. Okay, I think that's all the tax information off of my desktop and out of view. Yeah. It's like a little, it's just like what is it? A female to female adapter, basically. Or a male, I guess it would be a male to male adapter because of how this works. But take that off. Hello! This is my hand. This is my desk. It's a little bit of a mess, I know. But like, here's the Apple Pencil. You pull this bad boy off, and you can plug it into your iPad just like that, which is pretty cool, yeah? But when you have to charge it with a cable, not so great. But there's like a little like thing that lets you just plug it in, and it's so funny looking. It makes me laugh whenever I look at it. It's also like super easy to lose because it's so tiny. It's so tiny. But it's fine. I don't have to deal with it normally. Because normally I just plug it into here. There's like a whole setting for the Apple Pencil. When you plug it in for the first 30 seconds or so, it'll charge like super fast. So about 30 seconds of charge gives you like a couple hours of working. And if you want to plug it in longer, I mean you can, but it's not that big of a deal. Let me see, I should probably find that. That is like an important part of this device. It's not like especially necessary, but it's good to like know where I have things, you know? Oh, I was wondering where I put that. Oh my god, Mia! What is wrong with you? Why do you poop speak so much right now? Do you drink more water? Drink more water! Well, yeah, that makes sense. It's charging based off it's charging from the iPad's charge. It's actively taking charge from the iPad, in addition to the iPad just running itself. Maybe listen to this a little bit. Since I'm going to be flipping back and forth, do you guys want me to show the, just the drawing screen when I'm in this, or do you want to see the me going back and forth trying to listen and figure out where I should be drawing next? Hold on, I gotta reset how I have this set up if I do that though. Just so everything is visible. I don't need that. Do need you. Oh, I see. I misread what you were saying. Oh yeah, you can't if you plug the Apple Pencil into a plug, you can't use it while it's charging. I think that's just a general Apple idiot thing that they do for no good reason other than to piss us all off. Alrighty. There we go. Now you guys can see both things at once. I'm gonna think about the flow of this. Because I'm about to have them attack each other. My apologies, jeez. Attack each other again. But do I want Ambrosia to attack Sylph or Sylph to attack Ambrosia? Because Sylph just attacked Ambrosia. Oh my god, same, and because of the weight of the Apple Pencil, I'm fairly certain it actively is destroying the charging port too. Because the Apple Pencil is so heavy, it's being held up by that single point whenever you plug it in. Who designed this? Whoever designed the dongle for plugging into a lightning cable, I love them because they understand me. I can totally understand shutting off the damn thing whenever you're charging it. I can live with that. That's an understandable thing. But the fact that somebody was just like, yeah, let's just plug it into the iPad for a little bit, that'll be fine. But like making that the like most intuitive way to charge it, I feel like I'm actively destroying my iPad. I'm so glad I've had this iPad for the entirety of college. I think I got it, I think it was a graduation gift or like my mixture of graduation and that birthday or something to that effect, which was, shit, 2017? I've had this thing for at least 5 years. So I'm flabbergasted that I haven't destroyed the charging port on this yet because I do mainly charge it that way. But it feels so bad every time. And I know it's gotten looser, because like you said, like, at least the pin itself, I think, is definitely getting damaged by doing this continuously. Oh my god, yeah, the metal part of the cap of the pencil, that falls off for me. I've never had the charging portion of the pencil break. I've had it bend. It does bend slowly over time. I think that's part of what broke my old one, is that it was slowly bending over time and then I dropped it or something and it just was like, oh fuck this, I'm done. I'm out. That's it. But oh, it infuriates me because it's like, okay, we already knew frickin' slowly destroying your product over time is just like baked into your product design process, but now you're making it like our fault without it like actually being our fault. It's designed that way. I didn't crack this one, but the cap of my old one did get cracked. Yeah. I have a Google Pixel for a phone now, which is, oh, I didn't mean to push a button. Oops. Sorry about that. That was purely accidental. I have an Apple Pixel. Christ. Now that would be a marriage in hell. Oh my god. A Google Pixel, which is like just modicums above an iPhone, in my opinion. Not because the phone itself is bad. The phone itself is actually pretty decent. I just fucking hate Google. Like, I'm fairly certain, like, even though I use Firefox and whatnot on that phone, they've put all their funky little trackers and whatnot in there, and it's just like, oh, I fucking hate you, Google. I want to strangle you with my little arms. I may be a twig and a half, but my god, that won't stop me from destroying you myself. But yeah, like, I moved to a Google Pixel after using iPhones for so long. Because at the time I had iPhones, of course, that was when iPhones were actually the decent smartphone. And oh, I hate that every option we have nowadays just is crap. No! Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm very careful about my drawing supplies. I typically leave them on my desk. But I do have 2 cats, and unfortunately my cats are assholes. And they have learned to not, like, knock things around on purpose on my desk and whatnot. That does not mean it doesn't happen when they do jump up on my desk. So, I have to make sure, like, my pin is in a proper place where it's not gonna get knocked down, my iPad's not gonna get knocked down, if they happen to step on it, the screen's not gonna get strained or anything. I usually close the case that I have, because I have a funky case. You might have seen it when I had the camera up, but, like, it's a fold-over case, so extra protection for the screen itself. I have a screen protector on this. I actually replaced that recently. It's hilarious, actually. I'll have the screen protector on this for, like, years before, when it finally starts cracking, it's not because I've dropped it or anything, it's just because the screen protector has been so old, it's gotten brittled, and it just cracks, like, with just any slight pressure. But highly worth it. Oh my god, I've never had to do anything to, like, replace my screen or whatnot. Hi, Stream Elements. Were you having some trouble there? Why you saying you're running again? That's a little funky. Yeah. I mean, like, if it's a small crack, especially if it's, like, on the cap or something of the pencil, it's usually gonna be fine. It's more internal damage you really gotta worry about. have some fun with, like, posture and stuff in this, too. I should look up some fight videos. Hi, thank you. Oh. Oops. Oh no! Oh goodness! Oh man. I've drawn at, like, sports ball games. My sister used to be in lacrosse, so, like, she was well aware that I did not care much for sports ball. She appreciated my presence being there, but understood I would be drawing the whole time. I think I was still, because, I wasn't fully into the digital age just yet at that point, because, I mean, I couldn't carry, like, an iPad everywhere or anything. I had a desktop tablet, but it required a computer to be there, so, like, I would be drawing in a sketchbook and stuff. And I was so terrified of dropping anything during a game, because I knew if it dropped under the stands, there was not a high chance I would find it again. Oh no. I think I dropped my phone once, and it fell under the stands, and I freaked out. And my sister can attest to this. One time, I think we're in the middle of, like, a prank war or something. This is how my family learned, very quickly, do not mess with my art supplies. Because when I was still using that desktop tablet, I of course had a tablet pen with it. And my sister, as a prank, meant all in good-natured prank, hid my tablet pin, and I had a full meltdown trying to find it. Which is one of the reasons I'm so careful about where I leave my art stuff, because I will lose my shit if I can't find it later. But she, like, all she did was she lifted up my keyboard and put it under there. That's where it was the whole time, but, like, I tore through my room and, like, my area in the game room trying to find it. She was not expecting that. And no one ever hid my craft supplies ever again. Instead, we have this sort of ongoing in-joke of, at one point, I think I started this one, I think I hid a deck of cards, like, scattered across her room or something, as, like, a 52 pickup kind of joke. And she took it a step further by getting, I think it was, like, it was at least 2 decks and, like, a partial deck of cards. And then she hid them all around my room and, like, my computer area and my school bag. And I was finding cards years later. That's how good she hid some of them. We moved twice, and I found more of them. Which, in my opinion, was possibly, like, it's such a simple, elegant prank in design, and it's so effective. One of my favorites. And we would take revenge on each other by repeatedly, like, finding all the cards and then hiding them in each other's rooms every now and then. But now, unfortunately, we live in different states. And sis, I don't know if you're listening right now, but just know, one day I'm going to hide all those cards again, and there's frankly nothing you can do to stop me. And I fully expect that sometime when you come visit me, that you'll do the same. Oh wow. Oh shit, I'm almost all the way through this. Yeah, I'm totally gonna need that intro sequence. kind of want to have like Ambrosia leap over her. In some way. Because the ending of this is supposed to be a reference to the previous one. Specifically, hold on, let me find it. Is this it? Yes! That's supposed to be this scene. In fact, this scene is gonna be in the intro. Possibly this scene. Technically this is in there already, kind of, sort of, might have. It is... right after this moment. Right after here. I'm really happy with the color scheme in this. I was afraid that I was gonna make it too hectic, but I think leaning into the purple, gold, and magenta really nailed it. I might draw all their wing veins this time, because they feel a little bit plain at times. But they all have defined wings. Especially because Sylph also has defined veins at the top here. It just feels a little undetailed. Especially when she's on screen like this. I wasn't sure how frustrated I would get with doing all the lining and stuff on here. But I was a lot less frustrated than I expected, so I think I'm gonna go a little full force on this. Also, I get to draw her scythe this time! I love her scythe design. I'm actually really pleased with it. It feels just, like, just the right level of detail. What else is in this one? I think it's just really her and Ambrosia in here. I don't think any of the other characters really show up, because this is very early Ambrosia lore. This is still my favorite, I think, frame of this whole one. I like a lot of the ones in here, but the intensity in this transition, very pleased with it. I'm also really happy that the transitions here, the words bouncing like they do, that was very last minute. Like, I finished doing all the transitions and everything, I had a final copy of the video, and then I saw this part again and I was like, I gotta add something more, I gotta do a little bit more, I gotta push it a little bit more, and I'm so glad I did it. It looks, 10 out of 10. I'm very proud of it, okay? I'm gonna yell about it for years. I'm probably gonna yell about this next one for years too. What if she's doing like a sweep under? How does fighting with the scythe work? Who fucking knows? Not me. It's whatever looks cool goes here. I'll learn how to draw actual fight scenes one day, but that won't be today. like her scythe should be longer. I've actually been working on an entire, like, system of magic glyphs just to just for one specific scene, just for this fucking frame. I needed to know what I wanted that magic circle to look like, and I didn't have an idea of like how the magic in my whole universe would work, and now, hold on, how many is there? Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 front and back, kind of, mostly. Some of them are not complete. This one is my symbols reference for things I should definitely totally avoid, and ideas for symbols. This one is an incomplete explanation of conduits, which is a specific thing. The rest of these, I think they're all front and back. This one's incomplete. I'm still working on some of the portions of that, but that will be front and back. That is front and back. It's just also incomplete. Yeah, these are all front and back. So 7 front and back, and 1 additional one that's not front and back. All me just writing how magic circles work. And like a sort of in progress list of glyphs to use in it, which is very, very fun to work on. Personally, I'm a little bit obsessed with the idea of like secret codes and how magic works, and writing like an entirely made up fantasy language. So the moment like I kind of like started figuring things out, at first I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm finally figuring this out. Like, this makes sense. This works. It works in the way that I want magic to work in this universe. And then around day 3, I was like, oh wait, oh no, I'm a little bit obsessed now, aren't I? And now it's a whole thing. Now it's a whole thing. Like, let's see. Where's the simple one? Where did I put the simple ones? Oh wait, this one's got... Yeah, here we go. So, for example, let's say you wanted a spell to cause it to rain, for instance. you would first need your actual circle as the outer bit. This kind of goes, think very much like how alchemical circles are designed in Fullmetal Brotherhood. Oh, that's true. Hang on a second. There we go. Okay, it just said fuck you when I tried to make it bigger than this. There we go. But in Fullmetal Brotherhood, like, everything has to have, like, this outer circle, like, it's a thing. And if you think about, like, what is it? Like, demon summoning, typically, like, that outer circle is important as, like, a ring of salt. It's like a ring of protection. It keeps the demon in there. Or, like, in the Owl House, which was actually the thing that kind of sparked off the idea of the method I wanted to take with doing this. Everything starts with that circle, that initial circle. And then, within that circle, the idea is to write a sentence, almost. You have subjects and you have verbs, and then, if you need anything else in addition to that, it's sort of like an up to interpretation type of thing. A big inspiration for how I want magic to work in my universe was Aragon, which is very unfortunate considering the whole author is now trying to use AI generated book covers for things, which I don't really agree with. Also, Aragon itself is kind of like milquetoast in comparison to other fantasy series I've read since then. But something I really liked about the magic system in Aragon is that you could say any word, really, and if you had a great enough understanding of that word and what your intention was for the spell, you could do anything, basically. Like, saying the word, like, ice crystal, it could just mean a chunk of ice. But if you think about it beyond that, like, if you think about sapphires, which in a way, like, especially if they're blue, they might make you think of frost. They might make you, like, you might have a connotation of them with frost magic. So if you were to say ice crystal, but intended to create a sapphire, you could do that in the system of Aragon magic. Which I thought was something that was very creative, and it makes the idea of a magic system feel almost like it could be cultural. Like, one culture could have an entirely different idea of how to write a spell compared to another culture. And it allows you to, like, if you make the system of verbs and subjects, it means one person could cast a spell in an entirely different way than somebody else casting the exact same spell, or the exact same system, or the set of glyphs that you write down in a spell circle could cast two entirely different spells, depending on the person. Or the same person, even, could use the same spell glyphs to cast different spells. But it's been really interesting coming up with this system, because what I have right now for a ring glyph, like, concept idea of, like, just an example spell you might cast, relies on a few things. So give me a moment to draw all of the glyphs in so it's a little bit clearer. Oh, I don't need that one. It uses a system mixture of alchemical symbols, astrology symbols, astronomy symbols, which are basically the same symbols, but for the planets instead of constellations / zodiac. and I'm trying to expand upon that a little bit more. I've made a few of my own up at this point, but I also was looking up like symbols to avoid like things that are already associated with some not great people. Yay! And I also need to look up religious symbols. Like, I'm familiar with some of the more basic ones, like the six-pointed star and of course the cross and stuff like that. Like, I don't want those to be in this magic system by default for any of like the basic stuff. Hi Bob, I'm talking about magic. But I am familiar with alchemy, and part of this whole magic system is kind of inspired by alchemy. Ambrosia as a character, their study of magic is partially supposed to be in alchemy itself, especially in the later portions of their lore. So having that inspiration there is really fun. Also, some other more meta things with Ambrosia's story that I'm not going to get into. I would prefer people to figure that out on their own rather than me tell them. But yeah, the kind of nail in the coffin that made me figure out how I wanted the system to work is the latest episode of Owl House, actually. I really love the system of magic in Owl House as well when it comes to like an interpretation standpoint, but also how Luce as a character figured out how magic works, like actually works. Like, all of these witches are just doing it based on instinct and intuition and just knowing it innately. And it makes them think, oh, well, if you don't have the things that we do, you can't do it. Like, that's just how it works. And then somebody comes along and just goes, well, no, you actually just don't have all the information because you never looked for it, because you never needed to. And it's just like, oh, fucking love that shit. Hell yeah. But the glyph, like the big spell circle that they're writing at the end, to teleport themselves. That's what really gave me the final kick in the noggin that I needed to go, oh, I know what I want. I know what I want to do here. I know exactly what I'm going to do here. So, like I said, this has some alchemical symbols, some of my own symbols, some astrology / astronomy symbols, and it'll probably have more. Think I'm going to have some Nordic runes also in the set of characters used here. I'm trying to keep like a certain aesthetic for all of the symbols that I'm using, so that they all sort of fit together. But I want to be really careful, especially with Nordic runes, just because there is a connotation with those nowadays, unfortunately, with some not so great people. But also, I am a Norse by heritage, by very recent heritage as well, and I don't want that taken away from me by some not great people who are just dicks using my culture to just do bad things. So I was like, you know what? There's one symbol in particular I do want to avoid because of just the particular use of that one, but I'm not going to avoid Nordic runes overall because of those people, sort of thing. So there's one in there so far, but I'm being very careful about how I use those for a reason. But yeah, so this is a rain spell, and if you're familiar with alchemical symbols, you may note what some of these mean already. I mix up all the triangles, give me a second. Also, I've had like 100 different symbols in my brain lately. Forgive me. I've got like 5 projects ongoing all at the same time. My brain can only hold so much in short-term memory, especially when I'm as sleep deprived as I am now. But this is the alchemical symbol for air. this is the alchemical symbol for water. And this is the alchemical symbol for, what is it? It's technically the planet Uranus, but I think it means something else as well in alchemy. I just can't remember what it is off the top of my head. And in the symbolic language that I'm going to be using for spellcasting, this particular symbol stands for disbursement, or like just sort of a going away, either a spreading or a going away or something like that. And that's because Uranus in Roman mythology, I think he's one of the sky gods. Uranus, Roman. I think he's one of the sky gods. Yeah, he's the personification of the sky. Which is when any of these symbols are talking about a planet, that I'm using the Roman god that they're associated with as that association for how I'm doing their meanings. Just because I like basing it in existing things. That's just how I am. So, disperse here is the verb word, and it connects the two other symbols that are the subject verbs, since that is what it's doing. The main symbol in this array is always going to be the biggest symbol, and that is the air symbol here, since there's technically more air than water in the air. And the intent here is the air is dispersing the water. That's what this set of three symbols would mean, this right here. This symbol right here is a gate symbol. I'm still deciding on what all of those look like, but I've basically added logic gates to it, which means you can use ands, you can use ors, and you can use nots when writing a spell. And there's also two special ones, which are next and wait. And this is a wait one, since for rainfall, you would want it to happen over time. But yeah. As soon as I have enough symbols for this to work, I'm basically going to have a new written language, I think. And it's very, very cool. I'm very excited. It's been very fun. And I've talked enough that I've lost my breath, so I'm trying to catch my breath. I talk too much, too quickly. Oh, I don't like that flashes a bunch. Oh my god, I glanced over at YouTube to make sure no comments were being hidden. Philip. I'm not gonna show that comment because that's a little sus, but it is funny. This is a family-friendly, with swearing stream. I can't believe you've done this. And no worries, Bob. I hope you have a good day at work. But yeah, this needs to be a protection circle, because Ambrosia's gonna reverse Uno card Sylph in this scene. Be a bit careful about pushing boundaries. I've had a few people do that already in my stream chat, and I will say I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not saying those jokes aren't funny. But the issue arises in that once one person starts making those jokes and starts pushing it a little bit and pushing a little bit, in general, I'm not somebody who's very comfortable with not safe for work stuff, except at a very distant level, I guess is the best way to put it. And the closer you edge into the territory that makes me uncomfortable, the closer I am to just straight up banning people again. And I know it's not meant in a callous or trolly way, it's just you're making a funny joke. Don't worry. I understand. There's a difference between somebody straight up harassing me or somebody trolling or somebody who's been here long enough to make a silly joke. But I just know the last time that I did allow these jokes to escalate, it escalated to a point where I was more than just uncomfortable. Let's see. I need to listen to the beat here. I always try to make things flow with the song itself, and I don't have a whole lot of room for what I want to do. Understandable. I know my friend Akami, she likes to make a lot of that style of jokes. Which power to her, honestly. I honestly just hope that she doesn't get uncomfortable with it at any point. Oh? Hi. Hi, Sarah. Are you feeling okay? Yeah, I know, Pookie. I'm gonna set up you guys' new water fountain. I'm sure that'll make you happy. Hi. Oh, another thing. This has spawned a very, very stupid joke, with my magic system. I also really love the idea in Fullmetal Alchemist that they have to physically draw the circles. They have to write them down in some way, carve them in stone, whatever. And I love the fact that once they have an understanding of the world after passing through the gate, they use their body as a circle. But I wanted to make it more forced that characters still had to use circles. I don't have any mechanic like that where, oh, if you just understand the world at the most basis of levels, then you can do whatever the fuck you want, like Mr. Edward Elric himself. But I did want to make it still feasible for spellcasters to use a variety of spells in battle. And specifically, what the fuck's his name? Shit. Fireman from Fullmetal Alchemist, man who snaps his fingers and boom, fire, and is just a wet, pathetic cat in the rain. I loved the idea of him having the alchemical circle on his glove, and I thought it would be neat if there was a really widely used spell that's put on, it's embroidered into gloves and other things like that, or it might be imbued upon a staff or a spell focus of some sort. And they could use that to do light writing, so that they could cast their spells by drawing them with spell light in midair. And I thought of that, and then I realized the phrase, "the gloves are coming off," has some really silly implications for spellcasters now in universe. Yeah, Mustang, that's his name. I need to watch Fullmetal Alchemist again. Did you watch Brotherhood or did you watch the O3 anime? This is a very important question, and I will judge you based on the answer. Not harshly, but you will be judged. The O3 anime, I see. You should watch Brotherhood. You should watch Brotherhood. You should watch Brotherhood. The manga is a fucking iconic masterpiece. The O3 anime, the original run of the anime, does not capture the underlying, like, scope of meaning and work that I can't remember her name, but the author put into Fullmetal Alchemist and the themes that she was presenting throughout her work. And Brotherhood actually follows the manga pretty closely enough to grasp those themes. The O3 anime is still a decent anime. But it does not come close to what Fullmetal Alchemist is really about, in my opinion. I guess there is some sort of hand-wavy Edward Elric shenanigans going on in my magic system. Creatures with an elemental alignment can cast elemental spells without casting a spell circle. And in the case of Ambrosia, that means they have a set of, like, chaos-aligned spells that they can cast without using a spell circle. That's fair, actually. That's very fair. No judgment there. I'm really bad about starting a show and then watching, like, over half the episodes and then just never finishing it. I don't know why. I either get so, like, ingrained in the spell, like, a show that I have to watch the whole thing, even if I fucking hate it. Like, Sword Art Online, I hate Sword Art Online. With a passion, with a burning passion. Because just, the characters are so flat and boring, and it could have been good. It could have been so good. It could have been really good, but it's just so bad. It's just bad. I'm really mad. I'm really mad about it. But fucking hell, every time I see some new anime bullshit from Sword Art Online, I have to go watch it because I have to go watch it. I have to. I haven't finished the latest one, but I've started it and I still hate it, but I have. It's my curse. I haven't actually read any light novels. Mostly because I don't know where to find like translations of them. So I'm never sure like where to read them. I did start reading Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. I'm like a third of the way through it. But I'm still working on that. It's like really difficult for me to read like fan translations and stuff too. But do you know what the sad thing is? That doesn't even bother me. I'm a programmer. I'm a software programmer. Anytime I see anything that comes up on screen that, like, is just objectively incorrect about, like, software and programming and computers and hacking, I don't care. It's fine. Who gives a shit? Just make it look cool. And honestly, like, it's not great, but like he did a decent enough job at like portraying an MMO, honestly. Like, it's fine, it's whatever. He just didn't put enough stupid people in there. That's probably my only complaint. He didn't put enough assholes. Because people are both stupid and assholes. And I fully believe if Sword Art Online happened in real life, they would totally be shit like the PvP guilds and stuff like that. Like, all of that made sense to me, but, no, like, Asuna's whole character art is bullshit. Kirito is bullshit. What else? Oh, the, like, special skills for, like, top players, bullshit. What else is there? What else is there? The whole harem thing with all the girls, bullshit. Not a single one of those fucking girls, if they are real, would want anything to do with Kirito. Maybe one of them, but not all of them. The rest of them would just be like, girl, what are you doing with that man? What is wrong with you? I feel so bad with you. They'd be there supporting Asuna and being like, Asuna, break up with him. Just cut him off. Just cut him off. Just get rid of him. Just stop. Cease. Sachi was good. That's like, okay, I haven't read like the original writing from the creator himself. I've just seen the anime. Sachi was good. That was good writing, actually. I genuinely, that arc made me feel something. And I think that was really good. Everything else? Disgusting. It's really sad that if you go on YouTube and you go watch the abridged Sword Art Online series, the abridged Sword Art Online series has a incredibly significantly stronger characterization, character arcs, and plot than the original fucking thing. It's awful. It's so bad. They make so many just bad jokes. Like, objectively, like, oh god. Not even, like, just, like, not good time. Like, it was okay in the time period it was said, and it's no longer a very not okay thing to say. It's just bad. And it's still better, and I would still watch that 100 times over the original. God, mood, oh my god. I fucking hate the Gun Gale Online one specifically. Like, no, just no. If somebody, it would have been funnier if instead of just trying to make him out to be this OP character in Gun Gale Online, they basically, like, which I think this is what he was going for, but he doesn't, like you said, he doesn't know enough about MMOs to actually make this work. Kirito's sword build in Gun Gale Online is basically like a crack build or like a joke build, essentially. And you can do that. You can do that and make it work stupid well sometimes. But the way that they did it, it was bad. It was boring, it was annoying, it was just like, you're just doing this so you can make him do sword things again. It really is, it really is. I think it's not only that, it was, I could do better than this, I will, and in the same breath, I will make it so garbage that you would think it wouldn't overtake it, but it still fucking will. I hate Sword Art Online so much, and oh my god, I'm so mad because I love the fairy game. I love the idea of the fairy game. That I want an MMO that you get fairy wings in, and you can fly around as a little fairy everywhere. I want that so fucking bad, and they have ruined it for me. They have tainted it for me. I played World of Warcraft for years. And I've never gotten fairy wings in that fucking game because they won't give me fucking fairy wings. And it took Guild Wars 2 like 10 years to give me fairy wings. And I still can't fucking fly with them. I can glide with them, but I can't fly with them. And this fucking game in a goddamn fictional anime has ruined the idea of a fairy MMO probably forever and ever. Because of the way that they did it and the stupid cousin thing. I am more than molding. I am summoning flames from the pits of hell to scour this anime from the earth because of the scrooge that it is on my brain. Fucking Christ. The alkalization arc is actually kind of interesting, as well as the, what is it? It's like, there's two arcs after the Gun Gale Online one that I'm aware of. The one that is done in the movie, where it's like this, what's it called? Shit. It's like altered reality, where like Pokemon Go. It's Pokemon Go, essentially, but it's Sword Art Online Pokemon Go. Which also was actually, like, I feel like the mechanics of that were fairly well done for as shit as the other ones were. I thought that was really interesting, but the actual plot of it was kind of garbage. And then the final one that I've seen stuff for, the alkalization or cardinal system arc, whatever the fuck it's called, I do not understand what's happening in the plot in the slightest. It's very confusing, it's poorly done, it's really annoying in general, but the idea of somebody being put into a virtual system that sort of like generated itself, it almost feels like Dwarf Fortress kind of style of like everything runs itself within this AI system. I think that's really neat. I think he had a good idea going there. But he ruined it with just about everything about the plot. Because that's what the Sword Art Online author does. he thinks of a really cool system for a game that's virtual reality, and then he just fucking obliterates it. I know that there's failings in Final Fantasy XIV, Philip, and that was the thing that finally got me to try the game out. But I hated the game itself. I couldn't play it. I tried really hard. I really wanted to play with all my friends who are really into the game, and it genuinely seems like a well-made game, like a fun game. But I can't get past the initial like areas and quest lines. It's so annoying, it feels like a chore to me. And I used to play World of Warcraft and do all the really grindy quests in World of Warcraft to get mounts, so it really says something when I'm like, I can't do this grind. But I think that's more of just like, I I am used to how World of Warcraft works, and I'm used to how Guild Wars works, and Final Fantasy XIV is really close to that, but it's just sideways enough, and the art style is just enough that it's just like, nah, it's not worth it to me. Oh, it's almost midnight. I got distracted this whole time. I barely got anything done, but it was nice talking and just vibing. This is more of a just chatting stream than anything else, and you know what? I'm fine with that. That is good for me. But I am gonna have to head off, unfortunately. I do need sleep, and I do have a job to do tomorrow. And then we have stream, which will probably be Valheim, knowing me. And my brain lately. I've added more mods. I have a lot of Valheim mods now. But they're worth it. They add a lot. My next life as a villainess. I think I've heard that one. I think I've heard, or at least like a webcomic version of that or something like that. There's a few of them out there. Those actually seem pretty interesting. I just haven't read them personally. But yes, I hope you all have a very good day, evening, night, whatever time it might be for you. And I will see you tomorrow. I am trying to see if I can get myself to stream more often than 2 days a week. I do want to stream more. I've just been bleh lately, pretty much. But we'll see, we'll see. I also have to figure out my move and a few other things. And taxes and all those adult things that are so boring. But it's fine. I complain, but it's all not that big of a deal. It takes time to figure it all out, you know? But yeah, have a good day, good night, and goodbye. Oh, I should do the YouTube, or not YouTube, the Twitch raid. I haven't been raiding lately. I've been dumb. Is there anyone online I want to raid? We'll raid Daishima. Oh, that's not the right button. Oopsie. What in God's name is happening here? Oh, it's just Genshin. Is that fucking Paimon? Oh, Daishima just has a Paimon model on screen too, sorry. Alright, if you are on the Twitch side and would like to participate in the raid, we usually yell Fey Raid real loud. So please feel free to do the same. I'm gonna do Crab Fey Raid because for some reason I still have access to my subscriber emotes. And I don't know why, but I do. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the YouTube side of this, so good night everyone.